Welcome to Daily Office Devotions. I'm Reggie Kidd, and every Monday through Friday, I offer devotional observations on some portion of that day's readings for morning prayer in the Book of Common Prayer. I'm so very glad to be with you this Tuesday following the 11th Sunday after Pentecost. This happens to be year 2 of the daily lectionary, and this week we are in Proper 16. Our readings today come from Job chapter 6, Acts chapter 9, and John chapter 6. I have something to offer from Job and John. Job, desperate faith. One of the lessons of the book of Job is that God may use evil to change a good person into someone breathtakingly better. In Job's case, God uses suffering to transform a believer from blamelessness, uprightness, and integrity before God, which is exceptional enough, to awestruck wonder in the very presence and at the actual voice of God. We shall see that Job's perspective changes forever with his new comprehension of the overwhelming power and majesty and holiness of God. In today's passage, we're early in the process. And Job is afraid that if he continues to live, his sufferings will lead him to curse God as his wife had urged. However, he would rather die than blaspheme. And so he would prefer that God simply strike him dead. May it please God to crush me, to give his hand free play and do away with me. This thought at least would give me comfort, a thrill of joy and unrelenting pain that I had not denied the Holy One's decrees. Job chapter 6, verses 9 through 10, as the Jerusalem Bible renders those verses. The words sound rash, almost like the braying of the donkey to which Job likens himself in verse 5, but they carry a kind of faith that is hard to comprehend in a world where God's own name gets tossed about glibly as a curse word, as though carrying no actual meaning. Job would rather lose his life than lose his faith. That's something worth thinking about. Jesus, confident faith. God's power to use evil to redemptive ends is on display in the good news that Christ's death on the cross and his resurrection brought life to those for whom he died. And Jesus has full confidence that any resistance to his ministry fits into his Father's plan. Jesus knew from the first who were the ones that did not believe and who was the one that would betray him. John chapter 6, verse 64. This realization does not lead to self-doubt or faint-heartedness on the one hand, or to rigorous denunciation of the non-believers and the betrayer on the other. Rather, it leads to the calm affirmation of the Father's sovereignty. For this reason, I have told you that no one can come to me unless it is granted by the Father. John chapter 6, verse 65. Jesus Christ himself extends honest love, truly spoken and boldly lived. He leaves the results to the Father. And when Jesus urges us, follow me, perhaps part of what he means is that we confidently extend the same sort of honest, true, and bold love to those around us, to friend and to foe alike. Wherever you are on faith's continuum between an honest near despair and a settled and supreme confidence, I pray that your Heavenly Father will guard and guide you as you continue this new week. Be blessed this day.